Hello, and welcome to History Channel News. My name is Michael Martin, and this is my co-anchor, Christian Delgado. Today, our leading story is about World War II and how it is affecting us on the home front. The production of war materials stimulated the economy and also created thousands of jobs. Our allies became dependent of us for food, supplies, and military goods. Our American people are excited to spend money that they haven't had in many, many years. But the war denied them of some goods that they wanted. Our President Roosevelt passed the Price Control Act just yesterday because he was worried that the U.S. was going to deal with a major case of inflation. Prices on consumer goods such as meat, coffee, sugar, and butter have risen more than 25% just January of this year. Now on to my co-anchor, Christian Delgado, for other news.
And on other news, the War Production Board is worried about wool supplies. They recently issued an order to reduce the amount of wool distributed out to the community. Companies already stopped making an extra pair of trousers, a vest, a patch pockets, and cuffs for the regular, everyday men's suit. And not only men are being affected, the women are too. The women have the old-fashioned one piece has been reduced to a more efficient, wool-saving two-piece. And some even fear that this is a small step to communism, because people cannot wear their favorite clothing without getting caught up in a riot, says Ms. Smith. Because the U.S. is now rationing, the demand on various items has increased, and because of that, underground activity has occurred. This is known to the public as the black market. The rise of the black market is comparable to the rise of crime when the government prohibited alcohol in the 1920s. And now to on-scene reporter Javier.
Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name's Bob.
All right, Bob. How have you been affected by this war?
Well, I used to be able to wear my favorite clothes, but now that they're rationing and trying to cut down and make things shorter, I can't wear my favorite clothes anymore because they're too long.
Okay. On that topic about rationing, what is your opinion?
I think it's okay. I think the government's taking it a little too far. I mean, they don't give me enough coupons to keep my family of five, fed for the entire month. I used to be able to buy, extras of things, and now I'm having to cut back, and sometimes my wife and I have to starve just to feed our children.
You mentioned the government. Do you think President Roosevelt is doing all he can in his power or in his presidency to support the war effort?
I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Okay. Have you heard about the black market? If so, what is your opinion on it?
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's more or less like an underground business. It's okay, I guess.
Do you think President Roosevelt will focus some attention on this black market?
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I mean, he's got the war to focus on. It just depends on what he thinks is more important.
Do you want him to do something about the black market?
I don't think there's really anything he can do. There's always going to be ways around things.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Now back to you, Michael.
Thank you, Javier, for that piece of information. Now, what does the general public think?
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Chris. Hi, I'm Javier, and I'm here with
Bill.
a local consumer. So, Bill, how have you, an American citizen, been affected by rationing?
Well, rationing doesn't let us get as much as we want. I used to be able to get 4 cartons of milk, now I can only get 2. I used to be able to get 5 loaves of bread, now I can only get 3. And it's kind of hard, especially when you have a demanding family.
You were talking about 4 cartons of milk, but how many days are we talking about? Weeks, months?
Months.
How many months? 4 cartons of milk, how many months?
1 month.
Okay. So then, if you're wasting money, or let's not say wasting, but conserving money and food, what can you say about the black market? Do you know anything about it?
It's kind of hard to buy stuff in the black market, especially if you don't have a fortune or anything, you don't have any money. It's really hard.
What do you mean by that?
Because the black market will double the price. but it will take away the stamps. You don't need stamps to buy from the black market.
Is it worth it if you ever bought from it?
I would think if you didn't have any food in the refrigerator for about a week, then yeah, that is necessary to buy from the black market.
Does it give you double the food you get in the regular market or no?
No, it's the same amount,
But for more.
but for more. The price is higher.
Okay. What is your opinion on rationing and the black market then?
If there were no rationing, there wouldn't be any black market or anything to disrupt the balance of the economy. You know, I didn't ask to be in this war. You know, I didn't ask for rationing to happen. I would have preferred if the government highly encouraged rationing instead of making it a mandatory part of thing. You know, of your. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, are you concerned with rationing or the way it works?
I can't do much about it, but we're just getting by every month. It's something that I'm gonna have to get used to.
Oh, okay. Do you go to parties? If you do go to parties, has rationing not only affected your food and your family, but does it affect your fashion?
My fashion, oh yes. You cannot be wearing more than just like a jacket, shirt, and pants.
So just the basic clothes,
Just basic clothing.
not any more fancy stuff.
No more fancy stuff, or you will get evil looks, or be kicked out, or people will just come up to you because you're not doing your part in the war.
Just like the Zoot Suit riots?
Just like the Zoot Suit riots.
Okay, I understand. How do you think this war has affected the American home front?
Well, the American home front is affected, like, the way it affected it is it's bittersweet. In a way, it unites the country, but in the way it doesn't, because you have the segregation. It won't stop.
Okay, one more question before we leave. Do you think President Roosevelt is doing a good job during this war?
I think he's doing what he has to do.
And what is that?
Is to like make sure we win this war. He's not going to risk a defeat.
Not only by military losses, but by American home front losses also, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Now back to you, Michael and Chris.
Thank you, Javier, for that piece of information. And back to the main story. The prices did go up slightly, but serious inflation was avoided thanks to President Roosevelt's Price Control Act. The government decided to hand out coupon books so that the people can buy the goods that they need. The only problem is that the people are unhappy because they do not have the sufficient stamps to last them throughout the month. Some people have big families and ask the government for more stamps, but the government refuses to provide more stamps for the families. Some people think that the rationing system is a complete failure. Grocery workers find it a problem because they have to deal with billions of tiny stamps each month. The way that the stamps work is that the grocery owners keep the billions of stamps and they buy wholesale to refill the stock the shelves. Other people are turning their heads to the black market and getting the groceries that they need for more than half the price or sometimes triple the price. Here are some pictures about today's newscast. Some are tragic. Viewer discretion is advised. Thanks for tuning into History Channel News. My name is Michael Martin.
And I'm Christian Delgado.
Come back next week. Good night.